start streaming. So in a sec, it should go live.
Is there a place that I can see it live?
Yeah.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah. If you go to YouTube, just go to my channel, type in Andrew Southworth. It should be up, so you can watch the chat. This is a little later than I usually do, so I don't know how many people will come, but you know. Andrew Southworth, it should.
Hey.
There I am.
Fire.
Yeah. I always have an extraneous hair that wants to fall in my face. Very much due for a haircut, but with the current times, getting a haircut's a bigger pain in the ass than normal.
I've known so many people that have learned, like, on YouTube how to do haircuts just so they can, like, haircut each other now. Like, family members.
Yeah. I mean, I have a pretty easy haircut, too. Like, I go between having, like, a longer top and just, like, shave top, shave sides. And so I could probably just, like, do it myself if I really needed to. Just kind of, like, buzz the whole top and sides. But all right, so usually just kind of like usually start the official chat a couple minutes in just to let people come and hang out.
Am I in the center of the screen, or am I a little bit towards
right there? You're good. What way do you want to sit?
I'm just looking at the screen and it's like opposite of the way I'm actually looking because it's reversed. I think that's fine.
Okay, yeah, I just shifted you to the side a little bit to get you more center. Basically, the way I oh yeah, and Mike, I see you in the chat. Hey, how's it going, man? He just said Trump Daddy's trying to ban TikTok. How will that affect you guys? We'll talk about that for sure. That's definitely going to be
a topic of discussion.
It's definitely going to be a topic of discussion. Unfortunately, yeah. So the way that I do this whole setup is I use OBS, and that's the streaming, and then I screen record the Zoom call on your side, and then mine is through like a DSLR web link thing, and so yeah, I don't know if you're reversed from what real life. Although I think the text is right. Yeah, I see Daniel in the back. So sweet.
The big sign.
Yeah, big. You really like your first name. Is that part of your like? Do you have any content stuff in your room? Like any kind of branding elements?
What do you mean?
Like, do you make any jokes with some stuff in your room?
The whole yeah. So the whole joke. So this is my wall, right here. The whole joke is that my middle name is S, so Seth, and so Daniel's wall. So different people who follow me, who are part of that team, get to be on the wall, and I put them up for like a week or so.
Oh, nice. That's dope. That's actually a really good way to like engage with your community, and like in the real world too. It's like a physical thing. That's dope.
And then I have to add some more people, but pretty soon. It's gonna be pretty full soon.
Nice. Cool. I see Crackalack TV. How's it going, man? If you guys in the chat could let us know how we look, how we sound, make sure everything's coming in all clear. We're going to officially start, and I'll introduce my guest here, although you can probably guess from the title what he's all about. Let me just get something squared away. How's that storm?
It's calmed down a little bit. It sounded like it was hailing earlier, to be honest with you. Jeez.
Whoa. Was that thunder?
Good timing.
Jesus. Yeah.
This is our monsoon season. Hopefully it calms down.
Yeah. All right, sweet. All right, let's get rolling. I got the recording. We're streaming. I believe everything's sounding good. Can you give me like just say a sentence? Random sentence?
Say a sentence.
Cool. All right, just want to make sure the audio levels were roughly balanced. Sweet. So the way I usually start this off, if you could just let everyone know who you are, what you do, what you're all about, what you got going on in your life.
Hello, my name is Daniel Wall. I am an artist, content creator, producer, audio engineer, and just an all-around fun guy who wants to help the community and give back.
Nice. Yeah, and you're... This call is going to go through a bunch of different things, but one of the coolest things about what you do, or about like what you have at the moment, is you have 400,000 TikTok followers, and you don't just do it as like you're actually a music channel on TikTok or a music page on TikTok. You're not making like random fun videos, which aren't related to music. You're actually doing music stuff, which is cool.
Exactly.
And so I wanted
And
to dive in. Like,
yeah, go ahead.
what's your like? How did that? I hear the thunder again. How did that all? How that start? Being on TikTok.
So I started on TikTok around June of 2019, and making content has always been a passion of mine. But I've always felt like I was kind of held back because of my friends being on Instagram, friends being on Facebook. So I always felt like I wasn't really myself.
Hmm.
And then when I heard about TikTok, I started posting on it. And what I noticed is none of my friends were on it. No one was really on it that I knew at all. So I was just kind of posting whatever I wanted. And it gave me the ability to not care.
Yeah.
From that, it really developed my own, like, I think of creativity as a muscle that you need to flex, especially when making content. So it allowed for that muscle to be flexed and then be able to kind of move into a direction I want to. And that's to use TikTok to grow music, grow a platform, and become an artist full time.
Nice. So, how long did it take you to get from, I don't know, like nothing to even like 10,000 people on the platform?
So I posted 150 videos without really going viral at first. I was just posting whatever I wanted. And then after 150 times posting, I posted a random video that got 300,000 views. After that point, the thing about TikTok is it's kind of like a snowball effect. When you
Yeah.
have one video that does really well, everyone goes and people will randomly follow you. And they'll go to other videos that you've had and start blowing up those videos, and then TikTok will start recommending your content to more people. That being said, though, a lot of people can think of the For You page as not really the way to build fans. It's a way to get attention. And
Hmm.
if you can turn that attention into fans, cold audiences to warm audiences, that's really the goal. So the For You page allows you to get a bunch of attention. If you can turn that attention into more followers that move to other platforms, that's really the way that kind of went about doing it. But going
Yeah.
from 0 to 10,000 probably took me around 1 month.
Wow. Were you cranking out? I mean, you mentioned 150 videos before you get that one viral one, but how
So
how many?
actually, if I started around June, I wasn't really starting to really post until August. So let's just say August is the starting point. September wasn't really that much of a growth. Probably at 700 followers. Then October closer to 7,500. And I remember November I had a meeting because it was around my birthday with a music festival friend of mine. And while in the meeting, I lost Wi-Fi. And when I got back on, before the meeting, I was like 9,000. When the meeting ended, I was at 11,500. I remember that happened. That was a huge deal because I wanted to screenshot it, but I couldn't.
That's funny.
So maybe 4 months, actually.
Wow. And like, if you had to guess, how many videos would you say are the whole time?
Maybe 200, 250.
Oh snap! That's a lot of videos. It's a lot of
Yeah.
videos. Like I hear a lot of people when they talk about wanting to gain a presence on any platform, and they'll be like, I've posted like every day for a month or something, and then they'll complain about why things aren't happening. But I mean, a lot of people don't realize, like with YouTube, for example, people don't realize that I've had 550 videos that I've uploaded, and I've been putting out 2 videos a week for a while. And I would imagine on TikTok, most people probably don't realize, like, sure, there's people that blow up in 2 videos, but I feel like it's more common for stories like yours where it takes like months and a couple hundred videos to get to even 10,000. Like, that's, in the grand scheme of things, that isn't anywhere near where you're at now, and it took you months.
To be honest with you, the last time I checked, one of my followers was making fun of me. He turned into more of a friend. He was saying that I have more videos now than Charlie D'Amelio because I've been posting 4 to 5 times per day minimum for the last year or so.
Oh, Jesus. That's nuts. That's so nuts. Man.
So it's just something I enjoy. And then on top of it, being able to move that content over to something I really care about is really fun as well. So I think if you can have fun and you enjoy it, that's really the goal.
Right, because if you're just having fun and enjoying it, it's not really like a bore. It's not a pain to do. Like I mean, sure, there's times where I'm making videos and I'm like, I'm busy this week. To crank out a video on schedule, it's like it's not as desirable as it would be other weeks. But in general, I like making videos, so it's not like it doesn't feel as much like work as other things. So I'm guessing for you, that's kind of
Definitely.
what TikTok is like.
And then I know me personally, I've always had a hard time sticking to putting out content on YouTube. I
Yeah.
don't know what it is. It's at least for right now, it's difficult for me to even the upload process feels like it takes 10 minutes minimum, even when you have the video done.
Yeah, it does actually. I mean, the thing with YouTube is before I even shoot a video, I've done research on the topic to make sure that it's something that people want, both from like the subscriber perspective and from like a stranger perspective. Like, is this something people are searching for? Is this something people are going to watch? And then, then of course you got to make a thumbnail. You got to design your description. You got to come up with what links you're going to do. And just that part alone, all that research is like an hour for me. Like the upload itself, I mean, I plan it all ahead of time, so the upload's only that like 10-minute time, but it's a lot more work. But the thing is, like one video on YouTube, it's a bigger project than like a TikTok, which I think why TikTok, a lot of content creators do 5 videos a day. Like you could never do that on YouTube. It would never fly.
So true. Unless with like a huge production team.
Right, yeah. And some channels, I guess, do that, like the really big ones. Like Good Mythical Morning for a while was doing 3 videos a day on their main channel.
That's crazy.
One on the second channel, and then they had something else, and they're a team of like 40 or 30 or something.
Wow.
And they bought Smosh, so they're like huge. They're a huge, company. But
Good Mythical Morning bot Smosh?
yeah, their MCN I think went under.
Oh, very cool.
And so they bought them so that they wouldn't be like without a home. And so they kind of saved them from completely going under, I guess. I think it was Smosh. I believe so. They're like the comedy channel that does the skits.
Yeah,
but,
you're right. Mythical Entertainment.
Yeah, that's them. Yeah, they're big. They're real big.
Definitely. Wow.
But yeah, so in terms of your content, I'm going to see if I can pull up your TikTok in the background to kind of show people. At least on desktop. I know there's a way. Is it just Daniel's Wall? Your username?
Yeah. DANIELSWALL.
It'll probably be hard to actually find it on there, but I'll get it up. So what kind of content have you found is the best to do? And I know this is kind of like a loaded question because it probably varies and it's always different. But like, if someone's really trying to get into TikTok, someone's like, I hear all this amazing stuff about TikTok and why artists should be on the platform. Daniel, what should I do? How should I get into this? Like, what would your advice be?
My first advice would be to look at the platform for around a week or so and try. There's Diplo's content manager forces himself to watch TikTok for 15 minutes a day.
Well,
and I was
funny.
listening to a podcast with him recently. And he also is Dylan Francis's content manager. So on that end, what I would recommend is to research the platform that you're trying to go on. That's the first step. Just to understand it, understand what's working on there, and then flip it on its head to fit you in terms of the content you want to try to put out. Also, one of my pieces of advice would be have no expectations. If you're expecting to go viral, you're more likely to be disappointed, especially with all the stories you hear about. Probably not going to put in the time, the creativity to go into it. I had a friend recently, and we did a collab together, and it didn't go as viral as he wanted, and he's been disappointed ever since. So regarding that. So my advice would be no expectations on when posting. If it does go viral, even better. If it doesn't go viral, what's the next video that you want to put out? For artists, I would recommend, there's so many people just putting out music all the time, especially so many artists are flocking to TikTok to try to put out their music as much as possible. So you need to kind of stand out in a way. And how do you do that? You get people connected to you through stories, through getting their attention in the first millisecond, through quick cuts, through using the song in a way that fits a trend possibly, and then even making a trend out of it if you can.
Yeah. Right, and the whole trend thing is kind of an interesting topic too. Like,
Yeah,
do you think it's good for people to jump on existing trends? Like, does that?
it definitely can work. I have a friend of mine who does it, and he's grown to 40,000 followers now.
Oh,
I've never been a person that followed trends because I, it feels kind of lazy to me.
yeah,
I kind of just do whatever I want in a sense. Sometimes it'll be, but it's mostly around music all the time.
right, right.
But on that end, yeah, trends can work really well. The thing that kind of annoys me about TikTok is there's so much copying of content. Like if someone comes up with an idea, like 15 people do it. And they
Yeah,
get all of the same, sometimes they get even more attention than the original creator.
yeah. Sometimes I'll see a big video and I'll like check the sound, and there'll be some small person that did it, and just no one cares about them, which is kind of sad. But I guess that's kind of the whole platform is basically built on stealing, I guess, like, or not stealing, but reusing.
There's these two guys, they're named Colin and Samir, and they make really great breakdown videos. And they did one on TikTok where they talked about the original CEO and how he created TikTok almost like an economy. So he gave all the wealth to like a certain 1%, saying like anyone could become this huge celebrity. And that's what it kind of did. So it gives people the option to basically have the potential to blow up. That's one of the first big things about it. Then another thing that I think really attracts people to it is the fact that you don't have to search for anything on the platform. Like
Mm,
content automatically comes up for you. So there's no real like having to work at all. It's very easy for someone to consume on the platform versus
yeah,
like YouTube where you have to look to the side and look for recommended or search for something.
yeah,
So
yeah. It
it's
is.
really hard to find videos, to be honest with you, on TikTok.
It is. Yeah. If you search for stuff, it's they don't really give you any sorting options. Really, like there's a couple like user or hashtag or. But if you're trying to find a specific video by someone, you're usually gonna like find the user and scroll for a couple hours and try
Yeah,
to find the
exactly.
video. Like, is there's no titles for videos. There's just like captions and well, just captions and hashtags and users. So yeah, that's a good point. It is kind of they kind of adapted that scroll mentality where they just give people an infinite scrolling wheel of content and tailor it to their needs, I guess, so that it just makes them stick on the platform. And it's kind of nuts. Like some people will do like actual valuable videos, and other people are doing like kind of meaningless entertainment, like dances or stupid things, and it's kind of like a
Exactly.
mini reality show in some ways.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
And then on that end, I mean, educational content I think is going to do super well because they just added that huge fund for people, a $200 million fund in the U.S.
Ooh,
for educational content.
that's
And then
interesting.
they're adding apparently a $2 billion fund for creators in the U.S.
Hmm. Damn.
There's another piece that's interesting as well. So, I mean, on
Yeah.
that end, even seeing everyone else who's kind of copying them is also quite interesting. Like with the launch of Reels and
Yeah.
Dub Smash and like, and there's 20 of them to be honest.
Yeah, like when TikTok crashed that day, it was like right after Trump announced that he was gonna exit.
That was crazy.
Byte got a huge surge of users because I was on Byte
Hmm.
for a while. I never really like used it much, but they got a huge surge, and there was all these I guess what do they call them, Zoomers? Is that the phrase for Gen Zers? Zoomers.
Yes,
Are you Gen Z? Or are you a millennial?
I am right in between. I'm called a zillennial. I
Zillennial.
was born 1996, so like
Okay.
right after to know what 9/11, like to remember 9/11, but young enough young enough also to like know what it was like without cell phones, but
Yeah, but kind of not.
right on the cusp, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think technically by the definition, you're a millennial. I think, or maybe that's the
Which is
cutoff
like
here.
kind of sometimes people say it's 1998 or 1995. So
Yeah, yeah,
half the time I don't really listen.
it's a weird thing. But anyways, on Byte, like people, there was like a fight because Byte was considered kind of like a millennial platform, I guess, and TikTok's kind of like the Zoomer platform, and all of a sudden, all these people on Byte were like, screw, like f all you Gen Zers, like get the hell off my app, and And then some people were like, this is supposed to be like a LGBT app, and I didn't even know that. I guess it's big in the LGBT community or something. They're like, get the hell off my app, and there was just like this crazy thing of TikTokers invading like this completely different world. And
did you hear about Triller and what they're doing now?
No.
So there's a guy named Josh Richards who is a part of the Sway House, who like goes against the Hype House in a way. They're not really against. I don't even know, to be honest, if they're competitors or like together or anything like that. But Triller actually recruited Josh Richards as, I think it's CSO, so Chief Strategy Officer for the entire app. So a TikToker.
Yeah.
To come on and basically try to create deals for TikTokers and try to move them over to Triller based on everything that's going on.
Ooh. That's it. The kind of like political world behind these apps is kind of, maybe not political world, but the business world. Like what Facebook launched Reels at kind of like a deathly time for TikTok, right? Because
definitely,
like I think that was probably conscious. Like they probably had a later release date, and Facebook's probably like, you guys got to release this thing. Like we're going in for the kill.
For the kill. Definitely.
And it seems like it's not all there yet. Like it's kind of an awkward platform to use at the moment, but I mean it's Facebook and they have infinite resources.
True.
So actually,
and they also.
Sorry, go
ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead. I was gonna say they also launched Lasso.
Oh yeah.
Which is their other Facebook's version of
that closed.
TikTok.
I joined it like 6 months ago or something, and it shut down 2 months ago. Officially.
Really?
It shut down right after they announced TikTok might get pulled. It was like the worst timing in the world. Yeah, it's officially shut down, and they won't even let you access your old videos.
Wow.
Just to say hey to the chat. Sup, Saya. Sup, A Mill.
What is up?
And Mike again. Saya asks, what do you think of Trump wanting to ban TikTok? This is actually, let's just dive into that part, because Mike was asking about that earlier. So,
definitely,
what's going to happen to you, and do you have any plans on like how to protect yourself if all of a sudden TikTok is banned in the United States? Because it's kind of a real possibility at this time, which is kind of freaky.
My thoughts on the subject are, if TikTok were to be banned, I'm doing the best of my abilities to try to move the community that I've created to other platforms.
Yeah.
By using content to get them involved. One of the ways I found to do that is to basically create, one of the biggest series I had on TikTok was Songs That Sound the Same.
Yeah.
It was one of the first series that blew up for me. That's something I kind of like went away from, but I brought it back. And the whole thing is I want the community to give me suggestions instead. So I'm having them message me on Instagram their song suggestions. So I'm not asking them to follow me. I'm asking them just to message me. And the people who want to be a part of that community on Instagram are going to follow. So it's not going to create fake followers. It's going to be like, if you really want to follow me, go ahead. I'm bringing them to the platform, but they're not required to do anything besides message the songs.
Right, and you actually have a good reason to do that, because the messaging on TikTok kind of sucks already.
It does suck.
Like, I have trouble messaging people that I know in real life. And I'll be like, "Did you get that message I sent you?" Like, I shared a video. And they're just like, there's messages on TikTok? Like, what? And it makes sense. Like, message me on Instagram, because, slide into my DMs and all that.
I think it's important to start moving to other platforms, because I think Gary Vee said it very great. He said that I'm going to spend 80% of my time in the one platform that's getting all this attention. I'm going to spend 20% of my time in all these other platforms, and I'm going to taste what I can. If this platform dies, I'm in all these other platforms too, and I'll move that 80% to move across all these others as well. Yeah. So I'm looking at launching a bunch of different songs and using TikTok before it gets quote unquote banned, if it does, to move people over to Spotify, as well as move people over to YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter if they really want to go over there. So trying to use TikTok to move them to other platforms if it gets banned.
Yeah, and I've been trying to do this as much as I can in my YouTube channel. Like, not that YouTube's going away or anything. It's just that, I always try to remember that at any time, any of these platforms can just change the rules and kind of just screw you over. Like, you never know. And so I've always tried to think of ways that I can get people on a mailing list, get them to
Exactly.
follow me on another platform, and you know, not just like you said it, like not to like force anyone to do it, but come up with creative ways that like provide extra value. Like when I do my music review Mondays, I did that on Twitter because Twitter was a good way for people to submit music. It's kind of Twitter's made for like live conversation, so it works good for a live event. And then giving away free stuff, but they have to give an email address in exchange to get the free stuff. So that's kind of some of the tactics I've used, and YouTube's not even going away. So I'd imagine you're kind of in panic mode trying to make that happen.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if it does go away, it goes away. I'm not gonna stop creating. I don't think anyone should stop creating if they really enjoy it. It's disappointing to create a platform, to create a community on a platform, and then see it kind of taken away with you. I'm sure the same thing happened when Vine got taken. With all these people trying to move, but I mean, they did. A lot of people were successful in terms of moving their audiences. A lot of them weren't. And it's a good test to see what did these other people do in order to move their audience. David Dobrik left early, started vlogging on YouTube before Vine was taken away. That was an example of just one person. And I mean, I can say all I want about why I don't think it should be banned. That's not the point, though. The point is, what do you do if it does get banned? And that is the different kind of tactics to take.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten into some heavy Twitter arguments, like defending why TikTok shouldn't be banned. Because, you know, it's people like it's this Chinese company spying on the United States people, but I mean, I don't know. I don't necessarily buy the conspiracy theories on that stuff. Like and even if they are, it's like, I don't know. It's like I don't really think that they are. I guess that's probably where the thing is.
I mean, I guess my thoughts on it are, ever since May of 2020, they've had an American CEO. More than 20% of their employees are American. They just bought, I think, $800 million of Google servers on U.S. soil to move their data to.
Yeah.
I mean, Microsoft is talking about buying them. Now, TikTok, I guess, I don't know if this is true. TikTok is talking about suing the Trump administration to move off from ByteDance to become its own company in the U.S. So there's a bunch happening. I don't know when the ban's going to happen, if it will happen.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it?
I mean, I don't think it should happen. I don't think the ban should happen. I mean, it's like what you said. Like they did mention that the data stored for Americans is stored on American servers. But the problem is like everything that everyone's saying, you have no way of proving it. Like TikTok says they're not doing anything. And there's a lot of conspiracy theories of people accusing them of doing sketchy stuff. And I don't believe the conspiracy theories because there's so many Chinese apps and companies that could also be doing things that our government just doesn't care about. Like, I mean, one of the biggest companies in the world for like e-commerce is Alibaba. And a lot of Americans use Alibaba. Are they spying on us? They have an app too, AliExpress. What about them? Also owned by Alibaba. So it's kind of like if you're gonna pick this app, why aren't you gonna talk about all those other apps that are even bigger? You know,
I think they are. Trump is talking about banning Alibaba now.
Yeah, I mean,
and same with Tencent, who owns Epic Games. So I mean, like,
yeah,
the main one they're talking about is TikTok, but there's like 5 other companies that are Chinese owned that they're talking about banning as well.
Yeah, and you know, I don't want to make this a wholly political thing, but I mean, I guess it's good to talk about, especially as an artist,
because it's happening. Oh,
it's as like an artist, true. It's or even not even just an artist, but a creator. It's banning it might do something positive if they're actually doing something sketchy, but it's gonna screw over a lot of Americans who have worked really hard to build a lot of things. So it's not just about. It's not. You can't ignore that. I don't think. Like I think it'd be better for them to come to a resolution than it would be to outright ban it. Like tell them you have to do this and you have this amount of time to do it, or we're gonna ban you in 6 months. Rather than I think originally Trump was like September 1st or something. Yeah, and it's like I think that just screws a whole lot of Americans over, and a Chinese company that might be doing nothing wrong. So, but you know, I said that on Twitter at some point, and people just yelled at me and called me names. So it was a good time.
Twitter's an interesting place.
Yeah, I would say probably the most toxic social media app out there right now is Twitter, in my opinion. Just
Good
like,
to know. I just kind of like I'm more of a what's the term? I'm more of a shouter on Twitter. I don't really consume a lot on there. Kind of just say whatever I want and leave.
yeah, I think that's why it's the most toxic place. I think a lot of people do that. I think a lot of people will go on Twitter and they'll see something they don't agree and be like, "You're an idiot," and then just not even bother looking at the
And then
replies.
yeah,
And sometimes I go in there because I'm looking for a fight. Like I'll look and I'll find something that I know that I'm going to disagree with, and I'll go there and leave a comment that I know everyone's going to hate. And and I guess that's probably the problem. It's just Twitter makes it so easy to do that, and you're almost rewarded for it in a way. Like you get more like engagement by doing that.
that's a good point actually.
And music distributors are pushing to TikTok now too. Like DistroKid's been pushing to TikTok for a while, and ot.org, I don't know if that's how they say that in the chat, just said TikTok and United Masters just linked a music distribution deal, and all these companies
Very
are adding
true.
it. So it's like, what the heck happens to all that music that's being used? And some people are making a lot of money from it, probably.
Very true. I've found that, I mean, I've made a good amount on DistroKid from TikTok specifically. Not a ton. Like some people out here, like some of the bigger people who are actually artists are making a lot more money. But still, I mean, I saw this one girl actually who said she got 100 million views and she only made $7. So unsure why that is. I think she posted an original sound versus an actual song. I think that was the difference where it comes in.
Okay. Yeah, because when you distribute it through your distributor, it's different. Like I don't think I've gotten more than a handful of like plays in my stuff on TikTok, and I think even still I've gotten like some amount of pennies from it. I've gotten 25 cents from TikTok, but I think I've literally gotten like a couple hundred views from TikTok. So I would think that the distribution actually pays like on par with, I'm not going to say on par with Spotify, but maybe on par with like YouTube. What is it called? YouTube ad. The content ID pays horribly, and then maybe TikTok's probably around there, or Instagram and Facebook also, but they're a music distributor. Like,
True.
and the cool thing with you is like if you use your own song in a video that gets 25,000 views, like I wonder how much you actually make from that, because that gives you a lot of power, like to promote your own music.
I've found that TikTok, what it gives you is it gives you attention. And so if you can use that attention and move it into more of a monetization purposes, that's really the goal. My biggest like successes with terms of monetization on TikTok were brand deals.
Okay. How does that typically work in TikTok? I mean, I know how it works in YouTube, and obviously you don't want to talk about the exact deals and numbers,
yeah.
but what can you say about it?
What I can say is that right now TikTok in terms of brand deals is like the Wild West. There's no real like way to scope it down in terms of what people want. So when people offer you different things, it's all over the place. Sometimes they're like, I'll give you $10. Sometimes they'll say, I'll give you $1,000. Sometimes they'll say, I want you to do this. I want you to do that. If you sell this affiliate link, you get 50 cents. Like all these random type of deals are coming all over the place. A lot of the ones that are pushing right now is in China on TikTok. They launched their version of the Creator Fund that's been around for around a year. And it sounds like brands are partnering with users to kind of use affiliate links where users would get a certain amount for the brand if the customers use it through the affiliate link. It looks similar to like when you see on Instagram when someone like clicks on it and it pulls up the actual product that you can buy right then and there.
Right. That's
From in China, it sounds like they've actually like integrated a shopping center inside of TikTok, so you can just buy it right then and there and ship it to your house.
That's cool. That's a really cool idea. Yeah, I know that Instagram now is the shopping built in, but it's kind of like exclusive now for who can get it. It's even hard to like list because I have my own store for my sample packs. You can't list digital products on Instagram yet, or you can't on our Facebook account.
Interesting.
They only do physical products, and so I've kind of been boxed out of taking part in that, unfortunately. But that's a cool way to do it. Like have a physical purchase, so that way an influencer can kind of promote it, and it's tracked a lot more easily inside of an app.
If you can get a lot of attention, like someone with millions of followers, then you're gonna get more of just like the branding deal, where if you show this product and promote it, we'll give you this amount of money. That's where you see like Jason Derulo say, "I make $90,000 per TikTok."
That's nuts. Yeah, I mean, I remember Casey Neistat. Someone asked him what he makes for like a sponsored deal, and it was like tens of thousands of dollars or something.
That's crazy.
Because not only does he have a big audience, but the audience is like hardcore. Like they're all engaged.
True. And he puts a lot of time and effort into his videos, so that definitely makes sense.
Yeah, and people trust him. I mean, like I love his channel, and he seems like a very genuine guy. He's very clear when he's being paid to do something, and when he recommends something, you can kind of assume it's at least not a scam and probably a decent product, which is always good. But yeah, for the brand deals, do you ever give any of these companies like a number, or do they always come to you and throw a number your way?
The first brand deal I had, I basically just kind of pitched myself to this company that I really wanted to work with. It was a music company.
Yeah. And
they're like, "Yeah, let's do it." And from that, I talked to their content manager. It was some title.
Yeah.
And we came up with an agreement on that and what I would do and like the amount of stuff. And from working with one brand deal turned into much more. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It allowed brands to see, okay, this person is working with an audience now where they're seeing somewhat success. Let's see if we can move it over here. The one that I do get all the time, though, that I have never said yes to is using people's songs.
Okay. So, but like, I know there's some websites where you can kind of connect with a curator, or not a curator, influencer, to promote your music in some cases. So is that what you're talking about? Like people hitting you up saying like, "Hey, I just dropped a new single. Can you use the sound and
all the time?"
Do you never do it?
Never done it.
Why is that?
It doesn't feel right, first of all. Secondly, I will do it for friends for free.
Yeah.
If I am trying to post my music, I only want to offer music that I really believe in, especially if I'm a music channel. I don't want to take someone else's song that I don't believe in. That's just like my morals of it. If I was smart, I'd probably be doing all of them.
I guess that makes a lot of sense, being a music channel. Like I feel like if you were a tech channel using it in the background, I feel like that'd be a different image than if you're a creator yourself, you're a music creator yourself, and you're talking about music. So maybe that's what makes it weird. Because I see it all the time on TikTok. Like someone uses sounds, you'll see like a little thing at the end of the description that's like hashtag promoted sound, whatever hashtag they use to show it's a sponsored post, and it seems kind of scammy sometimes with some of these channels that do it. Like they'll have like 100,000 followers, but then you look at their engagement and it's like 10 likes a video or something.
Exactly. It's all over the place. Especially like I have a bunch of friends that are trying to like promote their music through TikTok, and they spent like $2,000 hitting up different creators. And engagement is all over the place. Like follower count doesn't seem to matter on the app.
Right. Like at all.
Unless you're huge.
Yeah, I mean, like for you, with 400,000 followers, obviously you're getting a lot more engagement and views per video than what's Outlook at right now? A couple thousand? I don't mean to throw him under the bus, but Outlook the rapper, who I actually had on a couple episodes ago, when I talked to him back then, he had like 1,500. So,
let's check.
By just the nature of having more followers, it makes sense that you get, I'll put your TikTok on screen. You won't see this, but everyone in the chat will. You know, 25,000 views, 15,000 views, like pretty consistently 15,000 ish views, except when a video tanks.
Exactly.
Sometimes up to
And
40 and stuff.
If you keep going, there was a point where the For You page really liked me. And where is it?
I can only fit 2 columns on screen, so I might pass by it. But 80,000 views. The live stream's delayed by a few seconds, by the way. So
there was one that got
662,000, making the minions sound like humans. Man, that one did really well.
And then 2 under that, it was doing the same thing to Alvin and the Chipmunks. So I mean, like,
oh yeah,
and that got 661,000. So there's points where like the algorithm really likes me and it'll push me a lot more, and then there's points where it won't. And the points that you see that it won't get, I mean, they get decent view counts, but at the same time, I mean, I find that the reason why I post so much, I feel like, is because when I was only posting 1 time a day, the amount of views and like engagement that those posts were getting affected my mood, because I only had like 1 video to post it on. But if I can like push and like make whatever I want, I usually stop caring about the video within like 30 minutes of posting.
Huh. That's interesting. So
because I'll just have another one to post 2 hours later.
Right, yeah. So you kind of don't obsess over it as much. You just kind of post it. That's it. I'm done. Like, I mean, you might engage with some people and check some stuff, but yeah, with YouTube, definitely. When I post a video, I mean, I tend, assuming I'm free, I'll do a premiere for the video so I can sit and chat with people as it's airing. And then I'll also read the comments for like the next couple hours. Like, I'll check frequently and try to reply to people. But on TikTok, that's like, if you're cranking out 6 videos a day, like, you'd have to be doing it full time to do that. Like, you'd have all the time. You would just be talking to people on TikTok.
On that end, do you find that on YouTube you're like on the go responding to people? Or are you sitting in front of your computer typing stuff out when you're commenting to people?
It varies. Like, sometimes I'll I don't know, be bored somewhere. Maybe not bored, but I'll be waiting for something. And I'll pull up my phone and I'll open up the YouTube Studio app, and I'll just kind of go through comments, read them, reply. And sometimes I'll see a big one. I'm like, I got to respond to this when I get home. Like, it'll be a big one I have to write a lot for. And I used to try to reply to every single comment up until like 2 or 3 months ago, where it just got to be a little too much. And now I kind of have to pick and choose. Great. It's a good problem to have, but I always feel bad when like people spend the time to like reach out and I don't have the time to reach back. But I think people get it. You know, they understand. Definitely. So it's been cool. And Spiritual in the chat just said, get this guy to TikTok one of my songs. Yeah, well, unfortunately, you have to be friends with him to get him to TikTok your songs.
Hey, you know, I haven't ruled it out completely yet.
Yeah, all you have to do is befriend him in some way, and then you'll get free TikTok songs for life. So
easily.
Yeah.
At least until it gets banned, or if it gets banned.
Yeah, so you might only have a couple weeks. Act fast.
On that note, what I'm trying to implement on TikTok now is a strategy, a post-promotion strategy for, I like to call it an EP like singles run, where like all the songs are related to each other, trying to do it in a way that uses TikTok to its advantage to try to push it out and push the songs out to as many people as possible. So that's what I'm probably going to be launching next month before the app goes away.
That's interesting. So what kind of content do you have planned around that?
It's going to be around three posts a day regarding the song. One that like has it as a trend, one that like connects it to a story, and one that shows the behind the scenes of like how the song was created or anything interesting with it, or using that song with something that's going on that's trending at the time. Yeah,
that's a cool idea. Because one thing I recommend to people is when they have it released, I have a video on this where I say, I called it something like how to make 50 songs for a single, or sorry, no, how to make 50 social media posts for a single. And I recommended people make like 50. And in the video, I make like 80 social media posts for one single.
That's awesome.
Throughout the video. And I show how all of those are done, because people are always like, there's no way you do that. And like the video took me like an hour to make. So basically it took me an hour to make all that content. And what you're doing on for that is kind of a similar process. It's like every post gets X amount of impressions. So if you can do 3 videos a day around that, you're going to get whatever impressions each video is going to get times 3 times the number of days that you do it. And at that point, it just becomes about how can you relate the song to something else that doesn't make it sound like an advertisement.
Exactly.
I think the trends and the stories is a great way to do that.
And then getting other people involved. I've noticed that when you reply to people and get someone connected to something, that's really the goal of what I'm trying to move into. Kind of similarly to what you're doing on Patreon, I'm trying to move people over to Discord.
Yeah. I have a Discord too. It's a good time.
Hey, gotta check it out.
Yeah, it's the way I've been trying to do that is like periodically in a live stream, I'll just drop the link to it. And so it's kind of like a surprise thing. Which, by the way, let me drop the link to the...
That's such a good plug. Set you up for that.
Yeah, because it's like... and it's a cool thing because there's a public portion where anyone can just join and chat. I'm not in it like all day, but I try to check it like once every couple days and have some conversations. But then I also have a Patreon exclusive section to kind of give the people who want the extra stuff a way to get more access, kind of like a smaller group. So it's a fun place to hang out and not just like get info from me, but learn from other people in the community. And for you, it's probably a great way to get people off a potentially sinking ship.
Exactly. And on that note, I've been trying to implement the kind of things that you said earlier. Email list. I was trying to get on community to start text message.
I'm using Superphone right now.
Superphone.
You don't have to apply for it. I think they have a fake application. So they'll say like request access, and then like an hour later you'll get access. It's pricey.
Is it? Okay, sweet.
The base price is $20 a month for up to, I think it's like 100 contacts and 1,000 texts is covered under that plan.
Wow.
And then after that, they charge you like a penny per text and 10 cents per subscriber. So it's expensive. So you have to use it like cautiously.
Efficiently, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm testing it now. And it's cool because it gives me a way to give people like a number that's easy to reach me at, but at the same time not use like my real personal number, because that would be hard to do.
True.
Because then you'd have to like change my number that I've had for like 15 years or whatever. But it's fun though.
I had the same thing with Google Phone. That allowed me to just like give out a number to people.
Yeah. When I was a teenager, I used that for like prank phone calls. Probably shouldn't say that on a live stream, but because that came out when I was like 12 or something, and I think I got it like right away. It's free too. On a side note, Dunkin' Donuts just came out with pumpkin flavor again. And I just finished it. It's wonderful. Every year I'm so hyped. I was so happy when I saw them have a pumpkin flavor again. Fall in New England is a great time. I'm just reading through the chat here. F. George says, I feel so sorry for you Americans these days. Yeah. Thanks. We feel sorry for ourselves too at times. It's an interesting country nowadays. Robbie Rotten Voice free? What? I don't know who that is. Get this guy. Oh, I already read that. What is Daniel's Instagram link?
Ooh, what a great question.
I'll throw it in the chat. It's Daniel's WA11. I put the link in there and his @ symbol. So that's how you can go find him. Oh yeah, and you just joined the chat. Hi friends. So what were you about to say before I cut you off? Oh,
Someone,
India.
yeah, someone mentioned that TikTok was banned in India, and low key, I have a friend who lives there, and he was saying that the only reason it was banned was because India banned, or China banned some sort of like a bunch of Indian apps. So it was like to get back at India. And then he was saying that within a week, India already launched its new version of TikTok. It's doing super well.
Wow, that's interesting. They just came out with a redo.
Yeah,
By the
their
same.
own like kind of thing.
Ah,
I don't know if it's by ByteDance. It might be just like a competitor.
yeah. I mean, TikTok's trying to come out with their own music site too.
Really?
Yeah. It's So do you use DistroKid?
I do.
Our music is already sent there, actually, and I forget what it's called. Let's see. Oh, Resso, RESSO. It's a.
Oh, I heard about this from Caleb.
Yeah. So I don't know when it's coming out to like the U.S. and other countries. I think it's available in India and a few other like Asian countries. Yeah, it launched in India, and Sans. Okay, I guess they don't have Tencent or Universal Music in the app. But anyways, they're calling it a social music streaming app, and so
That's interesting.
users can share lyrics, they can comment on songs, they can generate user content with the songs, alongside all of these full-length tracks. So kind of like if you integrated Spotify with like TikTok and like Instagram. Like imagine if you could go on Spotify and leave a comment on like Drake's new
That'd be
album
so cool.
or something. And
That'd be crazy.
yeah, like I think that's kind of it's a really great idea, and it'll probably never come to the US right now, but it sounds like, why isn't there a distribution service that already has the ability to do that?
Well, I mean, in a way, there kind of is SoundCloud.
Yeah, SoundCloud sucks.
It's not to the same level. Yeah, definitely. Agreed. But I mean, in a sense, you could comment
Yeah,
on like Lil Baby's song or something like that.
I guess
But yes, agreed.
Yeah,
The UI isn't great.
yeah, and it's a very like it's nothing's official, right? On SoundCloud, you can just put stuff up whenever you want and take it down. A platform
True.
like Spotify, where like you can still take stuff down and add it whenever you want with a distribution partner, but there's like a gatekeeper that says like this content meets the needs of our store, and like the barrier to entry sure is low. Like you can release a 5-minute song of like nature noises and get it on Spotify probably. But still there's someone there that's making sure you're not like stealing music and doing stuff like that.
Definitely.
So yeah, I'm hoping that we eventually get that, because that sounds just like, imagine if you as a content creator right next to your Spotify stuff could drop like awesome engaging video content whenever you wanted, that could blow up on the same platform that your music's on. Like imagine if like just right on TikTok on your profile someone could just click like listen to my album. It'd be incredible. And
True.
Yeah.
They've kind of implemented that on TikTok for people who are considered artists. So if you like scroll to the left for people who are artists who have a song, you can see their songs and you can use the list. But what you're saying is basically like you literally can listen to their song right then and there. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
If you could bring that over. If you could fuse those two together, that would be awesome. I completely agree.
Yeah. So hopefully Resso comes to the world, or comes to the United States. WarQ said 400,000. Wow. Imagine how many puppy pictures are on the phones of people who have watched you, man. What?
Probably a lot. I love puppies.
More than 10 million puppies around the world for sure, yo. I don't even know what you mean by that.
It's really interesting too, because one day I randomly woke up and my friend was like, yo, you're on Famous Birthdays. I was like, wait, what? And then they just like added a bunch of TikTokers on there recently.
And you made the cut.
On there, it allows you to say like the millions of what you just said, and you can edit people's like pieces of it. And someone mentioned something about puppies on my description when I was first on it, so that just brought it back real quick. It's kind of like it was kind of like Wikipedia, where someone can just like edit your entry
Yeah.
before like you actually take it over.
Oh, okay. That's cool that you made the cut for that, though. I mean, famous birthdays, and I guess that means you're officially famous. You've made it.
Not really.
I mean,
I
it's no small feat, like growing on any platform to 400K.
True.
And the fact that you could grow on TikTok to 400K means that, like, I think if TikTok vanished tomorrow and you were starting from square one on whatever the next TikTok is, you're going to be able to do it again. You know, it's if you have the tenacity to make 6 videos a day for a year, it don't matter what platform you're on, you're going to do well. Like, you're going to figure it out.
Now I got to start making at least like one video on YouTube a week at least.
Yeah. I mean, that's the YouTube's a hard place because it's really hard to start. Like, every video takes a good amount of work, and the feedback isn't as quick because there's really no like automated discovery platform for new channels. So you're kind of like pushing this snowball along, and at some point it just kind of goes faster and faster and gets bigger and bigger on its own. But like, it takes a long time to just get it to that point. What I've noticed, like, for example, if you start a YouTube channel, I know you already have one, but if you started a YouTube channel today, if you got to 1,000 subscribers in your first year, I'd say that was good. I'd say that was very good. And sometimes people do it faster, but like, that'd be a pretty good rate. And on other platforms, like even Instagram, like, it shouldn't take you that long if you're cranking out content at a respectable scale, you know? So.
On that note, I guess for anyone out, because a lot of your audiences are around artists, people who are looking to kind of build their music. So I guess my recommendation for TikTok, if you're interested in that, especially like, even if it does get banned, there's still a period of time where you could blow up. I've had friends who went from 20 followers to 25K in the last 2 weeks. So I mean, like, there's still opportunity to build an audience even right now.
Yeah.
In terms of trying to grow for the artists out there, I would try to push in terms of creating content around you versus creating content around your music, especially on TikTok, because I find that
your video just cut out for a second. Oh, there we go. Now you're back.
I find that people are more willing to listen to your music, especially on an app that's more visual, if they like you and know you as a person, at least as a creator. And I'm sure that that's the same on most apps. But if you can move the content around you, it's easier to start pushing music versus pushing your music without anyone knowing who you are or anything about you.
Yeah, that's a very great point. And I've said that about people ask what kind of content they make and what kind of content they could make, because they're like, I can't just talk about my music all the time. And I'll say, like, you really shouldn't talk about your music all the time. Otherwise, people are going to feel like you're trying to sell them on something. You really want to get them to know you and like you. And even if you're not their favorite artist in the world, they might listen to your music because they care about you. And so what you said is exactly that same statement. Like, make video content about you. And you see the celebrities that are like already successful in the music world doing that too.
True.
Like, I know San Holo's on TikTok. I don't know if you're into EDM.
Hey,
but
I love San Holo.
Yeah, so he's on TikTok, and he just makes funny videos with all his bird jokes, because everyone knows he's into birds. And he never really talks about his music unless something awesome is going on, you know.
Other people who are Charlie Puth is a big one on TikTok, who's like been able to like take trends and make them his own. Jason Derulo is someone who, in my opinion, has went from being an artist to a TikToker to using TikTok to push his music. But I mean, I think he's more relevant than ever right now than a year ago even.
Yeah. So it sounds like Daniel Wall's rule or guidebook to making it as a TikToker as an artist. Number 1, watch TikTok videos for 15 minutes every day to understand the platform. Look up other artists who are having success on the platform. Crank out multiple pieces of content every day. Don't obsess over the stats on every single post, otherwise your mental health will decline.
True.
And try to make your content about you instead of just talking about music. Like talk about maybe your time in the studio, talk about what's going on in your life, talk about maybe you have a second passion other than music, maybe you like photography. And also have fun. And if you're not having fun, probably don't stay on TikTok. Choose another platform that you will have fun on. So
Exactly. I think it's great, like what TikTok allows you to do, because the built-in editing software is so easy to use. So
Yeah.
it's so easy for any if they have a phone, they could literally make content right then and there, versus something like YouTube or Instagram where everything has to be made outside and then edited and then put on.
Yeah.
So the way it works is great. It's better than Triller in terms of the UI. So
Triller's awful. Awful UI.
Triller's terrible.
It's terrible. Like the worst interface I've ever. Like I made 3 videos on the platform just to try it out when I saw it. It took me like 15 minutes to figure it out. And the whole point of the app is to make music videos easily. That's like what they say. And it's yeah.
Even
Sorry,
the scrolling's not very good.
Yeah, it's they really messed that one up.
Small.
And there's a bunch of it's like all rappers too, which so if you're a rapper, maybe you'll have some success on Triller. I'm not a rapper. So
same.
I
feel like you make all kinds of music.
Yeah, I mean, my solo stuff is like a mix of EDM and pop, I guess, like future bass often. And then I'm in a couple of side projects. Like one, I'm the vocalist of like a rap rock kind of Linkin Park group, and then I'm the vocalist in a project called Murder Night, which is like dubstep and metal mixed together, and a few other things. So I do make a whole bunch of
dubstep and metal together. Wait,
yeah,
I need to check that out. That sounds crazy.
It's called Murder Night, but night is spelled Nite, and it's a joke from Rick and Morty. There's like an episode where they're like, oh, it's a goddamn murder night here, and they're like killing all the villagers because they're like trying to kill them. They're zombies or something, and I forget. But yeah, it's like dubstep meets metal, which is cool. Getting like the producer, Big Jer, friend of mine, is he makes all this dope like bass music, and I try to like write catchy rock melodies over it that are also kind of choppy and electronic, and also like awesome brutal screams on it. So it's a good time.
That's sick. That's really. I have to check out that. That one sounds crazy. I've heard a lot of your songs. I'm a fan.
Oh,
you put out one recently that like I wasn't expecting. It was more of like definitely more on the side of pop, because I was expecting. No, it's actually more on the side of rock.
Oh, is it Socialize? That
Yes.
one was yeah, that one I actually have a scream in it, which is the first recent song of mine that I've used my screaming abilities in. But yeah, what kind of music do you make? I know I've checked it out when we first met, but I don't remember, unfortunately.
I'm pretty similar to all over the place. I just kind of like I don't try to put myself into a genre, because I just make whatever I want. At least right now. But when I produce for other people, that's when I genreize myself. But the more I can kind of push myself in different directions, the better. I like to say I make pop, because pop just means popular.
Right, yeah. You have a lot of freedom if you're making pop. So
but a lot of it gravitates towards like acoustic or EDM or just pop. Or like
some kind of pop.
I don't know how to describe it. It's some kind of pop.
I mean, pop can be
pop
can be like hip hop, pop can be R&B, pop can be rock. So it's kind of nice to. That's why I say I do EDM and pop, because that means I can be specific and also say nothing at the same time. You know, it's like it's broad enough that I can be flexible when I get bored, but it's also specific enough where I can just tell people I do EDM and pop.
Definitely. And I gotta tell you, with TikTok, what I was able to do was I built a following on TikTok first, and then I started dropping music after it. And the songs that did better were the ones where I really pushed towards and pushed content that wasn't like, listen to this song. It wasn't like
Right.
that. It was more like, this is a song I made. Here's the story behind it. And it was only a couple of videos, and they did really successful. And then all these people were gravitating towards the songs,
Hmm.
and the ones where I got more like desperate in terms of like I didn't have a story, those didn't do as well.
Yeah.
When it was more genuine and real, that's when like people would gravitate towards Spotify.
So your song, Just Let It Go, it came out
Mm-hmm.
this year, and it's got 25,000 streams on it. So what's the story behind how you promoted that one? Because that seems to be your number one release at the moment.
That the song of that was the first song that I put out on Spotify. So the whole thing around it was the fact that I waited 3 years to drop a song because I thought I was a perfectionist. I thought I was making the perfect song. But the whole thing I learned from it was I needed to just let go and put out a song. So
Yeah.
I think that really connected with a lot of people because the whole point was like almost like this inspirational like story that I took you on. It was edited really well together. It was like showing the process of me from like 5 years ago trying to record on GarageBand all the way up to like finally making this song, giving up on it, coming back to it. And that video did extremely well and put a lot of people over to that song.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Outlook had a similar story video that was he wasn't promoting a song with it, I think, but the story thing seemed to do the best for like no matter what it is. Like a good story is always going to be
That's
the
how they
best seller.
connect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you can tell this big story about GarageBand, like holy crap, just making a song in GarageBand is like a challenge, but compared to like using some modern production software. But you know, telling
Now,
a cool
now I use
story.
Ableton. Don't worry.
Nice. Welcome to the club. I use Ableton now too. I used Logic for. I've been using it for 10,
Everyone I
10
talk
years.
to says that. Says I use Logic. Now I'm on Ableton.
Yeah, I use Logic for vocals still because they have a comping system that Ableton Live
That's
doesn't
so
have.
much better.
Yeah, but that's it. I don't do anything else in Logic anymore, which is a shame. It's a nice.
That's
software.
really crazy to me, because Logic launched a bunch of stuff to kind of combat with Ableton, and like Pro Tools did the same thing. But Ableton hasn't launched any like good vocal comping system.
Yeah, they must not be the target demographic. Maybe they figure most people are producers, or I don't know. I guess you don't really need it because there is a workaround, but I don't know.
I mean, I record in Ableton, and I just like record. I have to make a separate track every time, and then record on top of it just to like get a new one, or record over the track.
So there is a workaround. What you do is you can just do a loop record, and it keeps burning over the same part, but it saves all your previous takes. You just have to double click the file, and you can parse through in the bottom. It's just a massive inconvenience.
I can never put it on time.
Oh, really?
When doing that way. Yeah.
Oh. Well, maybe I'll have to.
Because like, it has the different thing, and you like move it across.
Yeah.
The workaround that we did, because we started making 10-minute songs where we would give ourselves a timer and make it. And in that process, we got like an SM58. We'd plug it in, and we would just like have it loop and loop and loop. And then we would move the beat on for 10 minutes, and then we would stretch out the vocal the entire way. And then we would listen to all of it and then comp it together. That's something I learned from watching a Louis Bell documentary, how he would record Post Malone.
Oh. That's a weird process. Wait, 10-minute? I'm confused. You do a thing to make a song in 10 minutes, and you would do a big loop recording on the whole song, on the instrumental, and record the vocals over the whole song.
Yes.
And
so it would just be like 4 to 8 bars, and we would record on top of it, and we'd like pass the mic. And then we would stretch the vocal out the entire way and listen to what was recorded. And then we would either comp the parts that were good or re-record the parts that were good.
Okay.
Just
okay,
wait.
yeah. I see what you mean now. Yeah, so I guess that's a common technique where you like record to like the whole track and then go back and fix parts that you want it differently. I've never liked that way, but that's like it's one way to do it.
Same.
Yeah, I like
it's
doing.
It's really good for collaborative.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've always liked doing things by myself for vocals, and I'll loop like half a verse, record it 40 times straight, basically, until it's perfect, and then go to the next part of the verse, record like 40 loops until it's perfect, and then do that for every section, and then go back and do all my auto-tune, pitch correction, volume automation, and it's just a massive time suck. But
Do you record like the same verse 40 times over and over again with like the same cadences, or do you switch it up?
Sometimes it'll just be about like it's not the exact sound I want. Like it's the same part every time. I'll just do like it's not always 40 takes. Sometimes it's like 10. Sometimes it's 20.
Yeah,
But it's
definitely.
literally just like looping it, doing the like half a verse, two bar, 4 bar, whatever it is. You know, upwards of 40 times just to get it every little kind of consonant on time, get all the like the breaths right, get the vibrato I want. Depends on the part. You know, sometimes you one take something, but
True. Doesn't
you
happen often, but when it does, it's great.
yeah. I try to minimize the amount of pitch correction I have to use, even though I still always use pitch correction just to make sure it's good.
Is there one that you specifically gravitate towards?
Yeah, I use Wavestune for pitch correction. I've had it for years, and I've never really even bothered with anything else.
Anything else?
Yeah.
I feel that. I gravitated towards I did a lot of live work with one of my friends, and ever since we used Antares Auto-Tune live, I've just sticked with Antares.
Hmm. Yeah, I think. How do you feel about the actual auto-tune portion of auto-tune?
Do you mean like using it?
Yeah, like so they have a actual manual pitch editor, just like Wavestune,
Mm.
but they also have their.
I use Melodyne. I don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't use that version of Auto-Tune.
Oh, okay. So
I don't use the chart mapping.
Mm,
What you're talking about.
yeah, that's what I normally go with, but it depends on your genre, right?
True.
I've always kind of not liked as much of the auto-tune sound, but it's like when I'm on Submit Hub getting songs and like a hip hop artist sends me this super auto-tune thing, I'm just like, I really don't like this. But that's kind of the sound of that genre now, like super
True.
big amounts of auto-tune.
Young Thug definitely popularized going in towards that. I was watching what's his face? Young Thug's audio engineer. Have you heard of him?
No.
Alex. He has a podcast. He's really sweet.
I don't think I know him.
Alex Toomey.
Alex Toomey. No, never heard of him.
He goes through a whole podcast in terms of like how they developed the whole sound of like where that like gravitated towards. I know it goes like back way further, but I feel like a lot of people are kind of taking from the whole Travis Scott, like Kanye popularized back in 808s and Heartbreak, and like moving it towards this in like a different way and just using so much more reverb and delay.
Yeah. It works.
You're
in
probably
some
seeing that a
things.
ton.
I get a lot of emo rap submissions that are like super big on the auto tune, and sometimes I like it, but sometimes I feel like it's just way too aggressive. Like it feels like for some people they know how to use the auto tune and they make it work great, and other people are just using it because it's the thing to use and they don't know really how to make it sound right. You know. Like auto-tune, you kind of have to play auto-tune like an instrument if you're going to use it that much. Like you have to record with it in your monitors. You have to ride like the timing of the pitch correction. And if you don't, it's going to sound like a big pile of trash. At least
True.
my opinion.
Sometimes I work with people who don't even have auto-tune on the right key. It sounds terrible.
Like that Justin Bieber clip from his live performance. Yeah.
True.
And by the way, so we've been chatting for about an hour. Everyone in the chat, feel free to ask any questions. We probably got more than enough content for the actual episode when this airs. As you know, I kind of do a live portion, and then this video gets unlisted, put in the Patreon, and then a couple weeks later the actual video gets put up. But we'll hang out for a bit more and just chat, answer questions, and this will just be kind of live stream and Patreon only content. So feel free to get any questions you have for Daniel. I see some that I've missed. Spiritual said, Triller sucks for me. Took me forever to do one video on there. Yeah.
Same. I feel you. I feel you, Spiritual.
Spiritual is a great song called What's in the Box.
Okay. I gotta check it out.
Yeah. and it's become a live stream event. I don't know if I bookmarked it. Oh man, it closed on me.
Is it on YouTube or Spotify?
I believe it's on Spotify. Man, I'm not gonna find it again. Spiritual, if you're still in the chat, where can we find what's in the box? I think it's just under spiritual, but the problem is that it's hard to find that name without any.
It doesn't let you click like channels on chat.
Oh yeah.
That's really crazy.
What's in the box? Yeah, I can't get it to come up. I wish I never closed that. I was like a SoundCloud link he sent for a music review.
Oh, sweet.
And I left it open for a few weeks, and every week I played it for like 3 weeks, and it was a good time. He makes really great like comedy songs.
That's sweet.
F. George said,
when you do a music, no, go ahead.
F. George said, and Triller cheats the stats. Try watching your video once, you'll always get 3+ views. Damn.
Probably. I mean, like, we're talking about an app that had every single huge artist, like, have them invest and sign, like, exclusive deals, like Marshmallow. Like, if you open up Triller, you're just gonna see, so there's celebrity content and then there's creator content. That's how you know there's a problem.
Yeah. There is a clear, like, segregation there. Like, they're like, these big rappers are on our app, and this is what we want you to see. And then there's all these other people that we don't give a damn about.
Exactly.
What were you gonna say? I cut you off.
What do you do specifically during music reviews in terms of like, do you like give suggestions?
So a couple of things. Every Monday I have Music Review Monday, except for this Monday because I had some stuff to do. But it's kind of like, it's just a fun way for people to submit either what they're working on or what they just came out with, and I listen to it on stream, and I let people know what I think about it. And it can be, sometimes it's just like, heck yeah, dude, that's a fantastic song, like, great job, and everyone go check it out on Spotify. And other times that's really cool, but like, the production, I think maybe the vocals could come down, and the bass is a little unclear, and other times it'll be, you can mix up the drums, they get kind of boring throughout, maybe try working on that. So it's kind of a mix of sharing people's music and hanging out with people, and then also actually giving feedback where it's necessary. But it's a good time. You could probably do that too, actually.
Yeah, that'd probably be smart. I could probably even just like submit that with TikTok, where I'd be like, yo, drop your songs, I'd comment on it, and I'd play them. That'd be smart.
Yeah, and you could, so what
you could even do that.
I couldn't do it on TikTok.
I feel like you could.
I can't live stream on TikTok.
Yeah, you can.
I can't.
I don't
have many.
Do they have the 1,000 rule still?
Yeah, and I'm horrible on TikTok. I never post on TikTok. I tried getting into it, but with all the other things I have going on, I just couldn't organize it.
I completely understand that. What were you about to say regarding implementing it on TikTok?
Oh, like for you, I think it would be cool if on TikTok, like since you can live stream and you have a boatload of people, a lot of them are probably musicians too. You could have them submit their music on something else, like probably Twitter, because Twitter's really good at having live data. Like you can use a hashtag and sort by the latest post on that hashtag. And so that's what I do for mine is I have two ways. So first, people on the Patreon, they get reviewed first. And then second, people who text me on my superphone get second batch. And then third, people who post on Twitter get on there too. So that way it kind of incentivizes people to join the Patreon, kind of. I mean, like the purpose of the Patreon, obviously what Patreon is like support the creator and get extra content. So that's kind of an extra perk I do for those people. And then the point of the text one is that I was trying to test out the superphone. And so I thought by kind of trying to squeeze it in the middle there, it might be a good way to get people to jump into superphone. But Twitter works well. Yeah, some people did it. I think some people were kind of afraid of texting an anonymous number. But a few people did it. And And then a lot of people do Twitter as well. Like a lot some weeks. Like sometimes they'll be on the call for 3 hours doing a live stream.
Wow.
So it'll just
Great.
keep rolling. So for you, I think Twitter, like I do hashtag Music Review Monday. You know, you could do like Ruslan does Fan Love Friday. So you could do, you know, I don't know, come up with your own funny Super Music Sunday or something.
Sunday would be great.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you for that suggestion.
That might be a great way to migrate some of your people. You know?
To Patreon. Is
Well, yeah.
Patreon good? Do you enjoy it?
I like it a lot because there's some content that I wouldn't ever make as a video because I know it wouldn't do well. So it's kind of like that type of video content I can put on the Patreon, and it gives me the Patreon gave me the ability to start the podcast and also start these kind of videos because it's kind of like an extra little cash incentive to one, it pays for the podcast hosting, which isn't much, but it pays for that. And it kind of allowed me to figure out and get this whole interview process figured out and go do it. And every time I get more money with the Patreon, more people support it, I start trying to think like, well, you know, this month I gained this many people and this much more money this month. How can I like use this money in a good way? So if you think about it like that, you know, if you could get $200 extra a month, what could you do with that? That actually
True.
would make a difference for not just like your growth, but also for the people in the group. Like give them value, but also like use all that funding to do even more cool stuff. So
That's a good point. That's a good way to put it, actually.
yeah.
Someone just asked on TikTok, you always hear those Asian style songs with childish vocals going viral like crazy. Would you make something like that just to get followers? Would I? I mean, not to get followers, but I would make something like that if I thought it was funny or fun to make. To like make content around that, yes. And oftentimes things that get attention give you followers, especially on TikTok. If you get on the For You page, you'll get like 1,000 followers in one day.
That's nuts. I don't think I would ever do that personally. But if I was doing well on TikTok and I knew that could go well because I already had traction, maybe I would.
I wouldn't make it with my own voice. I would like take something that's already been, because I mean like Vocaloid or like
Right.
something that's doing super well that's like a trend. You could take that and turn it into a remix and then put your vocals on it and then pull a Tiags. I don't know if you've heard of Tiags.
No.
He has the he got a deal with Sony just from posting songs on TikTok with trends.
Oh,
He got a
damn.
record deal, like a big one, and like he's done very well. Like he got on Genius. He has a song at 33 million on Spotify, another one at 43 million. So I mean,
Damn.
he gets monthly listeners of 3 million, and just from like taking these popular trends, remixing them, putting his vocals on top,
Wow.
and they do super well.
There was one day I was perusing on the Spotify like trending page, whatever, because you can go on like Spotify, browse charts, global viral 50, and I was just checking out like who these people were in the top one, and I noticed that number one, which actually today is the same situation. I noticed number one was this random guy. He had posted one song like 2 days before, and he was on number one in the global viral 50. And so I'm like, what the hell's going on? He didn't have a bio. He didn't have like any description or links to social media on his Spotify. So I look up his name, brings me to an Instagram. I look in his Instagram, I see he's linked to his TikTok. I go to his TikTok, and the guy's got like 500,000 followers on TikTok. And he did a content strategy around his release, where he put in a couple pieces of content, and then on the day, like he was like, guys, if you liked anything I've ever done, like go stream this song and save it and share it. And the post went like super viral on TikTok, and the song just like it was like he put a song, and 2 days later he had like, I don't know, like 2 million monthly listeners within like 2 days.
That's crazy.
It was like nuts.
What's his name?
I don't remember. I never saved it, and then I like
That's
bookmarked it,
crazy.
but then lost it. And the right now, if you go to Global Top 50,
Yeah, I'm on it right now.
number one song is some random guy that put out a song this year,
Are you?
and he's on TikTok.
Well, Three Musketeers. All these songs that you're seeing here, like Three Musketeers, doing super well on TikTok. Backyard Boy, super well on TikTok. Mood, doing super well on TikTok. Like,
yeah,
I bet if I listen to these songs, most of them are gonna be from TikTok. And the PP cocaine. The one from I don't know if you've been on TikTok, but like,
James Charles used it in a video. That's probably what happened.
Which one?
The Musketeers song.
So many people have used that song. I have a feeling like.
Oh, okay. I've never heard it, but I have been.
It's interesting.
Not using TikTok as much lately.
That's probably a positive.
Yeah, I've been kind of just avoiding social media in the past couple weeks, just so I could like focus on other stuff. It's good and bad. Like, I should be using it more. It's just for like sanity. I've been pushing back a bit.
I feel.
Yeah,
but I mean, on that end, like, do you find that you're moving away from consuming or moving away from producing, or both?
I pretty much only use any apps when I'm creating something. So like I might open up Instagram and scroll a couple times, then I just kind of like put it down. So I'll kind of open up Instagram, take a story, and then like close it. Like, I really only open up TikTok nowadays if I'm going to post a video, and it's been infrequent. So I don't know. I've been trying to get a little more efficient with my time. It's probably why I stopped trying to do that stuff. But that's also because my main platform is YouTube. So I've been trying to like focus more on what I can do around like my, that 80% rule, like spend 80% of my time and what's giving me the most results, 20% on peripheral things. And the peripheral.
Do you find if you were to?
Sorry, go ahead.
My question would have been a hypothetical. You can actually finish.
Okay, I was gonna say like my 80% is like YouTube and my course and Patreon, because I feel like that's the place that gives me the most results. And since people are like paying for the course and paying for Patreon, I'd rather put more effort in that. And then it's like the 20% would be like the Discord and the Facebook group for the course, and then also a couple other things. So by creating all these new platforms, I like kind of pushed myself off social media as a side effect, because and also I have so many ads running on Instagram for like my music that my Instagram just grows without me doing anything. And now I have TikTok ads, so I don't know how that's gonna go.
You have TikTok ads?
Yeah, I've had access to the ad manager for TikTok for a couple months now.
The creator marketplace, or something different?
No, like I can run advertisements on TikTok.
Oh.
So like,
have you tried any of them?
Yeah, it failed horribly. I think I spent like $200 in testing for 2 different campaigns that both failed horribly. That's fine. That's why you test and learn. And then basically what happens is they only offered link clicks. They had a TikTok pixel, but I had no ability to embed a TikTok pixel onto any landing page service. And then ToneDen, a landing service company, announced they're going to be supporting TikTok pixels. And TikTok gave me a $300 ad credit. So now I'm going to be running a new test with ToneDen with a TikTok pixel and a $300 ad credit. And TikTok is also matching 1-for-1 all plus ups that you do. So if I put in $500 into my TikTok account, I will get $500 in free advertising, basically. So I'm getting back into it. But
that's sweet. That's something that works out.
Yeah. I'll be making a video on it the second I get those results. But like my first campaigns went so badly, it wasn't even worth talking about. Like, I think I spent $100 and got, I don't know, the clicks was like 10 cents per click, but it got me 0 conversions on the landing page.
I feel like that would be a good thing to make a video on, to show like
That's true.
why it wouldn't be something you'd want to go towards, or maybe even showing like maybe trying this other thing and showing the differences between them. If you get like better results on the new one.
I was hoping to make a video, and because like the fact is I shouldn't be getting 0 results. If I'm getting 0 results, it means that it's probably something I'm doing more than the actual app. And when I do that final video, like I'll be pointing out those massive failures. But if I just made that video, I feel like people would be like, okay, like, how'd you fix this?
What's next?
Like, what's...
Yeah, true. Good point.
Like, I did a video on Spotify Ad Studio, and the moral of that video was basically don't use this. So that's kind of the equivalent. If the TikTok experiment fails again, that'll be the video. Like, don't use this. But
okay.
I want to give you the benefit.
I was looking up your music on TikTok, and I see people making videos to it.
What?
Is one of your songs named Trigger?
Yeah. Oh
yeah,
God, that song. Oh boy.
A kid made a video to it, and then another song, Our Love, a kid made a video to.
Oh, sick.
Another song, Odyssey.
Yeah. They're not my videos, are they?
No.
How do you search for that?
Wake Me Up has 6. I just looked up your name on Google and typed in TikTok.
Oh.
Neutron, Without You, Red Light.
Who is making videos with my songs? That's dope.
Yeah, they have like 6 videos for a song, 2 videos for a song, 4 videos for a song.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're an artist out there, look up your songs just type your name in and type in TikTok, and you should come up with like the song created by this person. And then you'll see people in the videos. You can interact with them, you can duet them, you can comment on them. Thank you for using my song.
This random kid. Man, thanks for pointing this out. I'm gonna be checking this all night. Oh, you know what? There was one
that stood out.
There was one guy that actually I tried hiring someone to make a video. I tried testing out hiring an influencer. Most of these aren't that. They're just strangers. But for the Coming Home, the one with 5 videos, I found a guy on Fiverr, which, FYI to everyone watching this, never hire... I mean, this guy did what he promised. He did good, made good videos. But in general, like, don't hire anyone on Fiverr to promote your music. Generally bad idea. He was charging like $10 to make 3 TikTok videos.
That's pretty good.
It's really cheap. And
wow.
He has...
How many followers did he have?
I think at the time, I feel like he had more. It says he only has 300 something now. But maybe this was a separate channel. I thought it was like a couple thousand or something, but I guess maybe it wasn't, or maybe something happened with his account. But all these other ones that you pointed out, they're
like Neutron has 4, Wake Me Up has 6.
Neutron ones, those are all me.
Okay.
Yeah, I did some experiments with the programs. I was trying to think of ways to make cool content, so I used this bad boy right here.
Wait, did you pay Travel Couple Dream to make a video to you?
That might have been another one. Which video is it?
It's to Wake Me Up.
Oh, maybe. See, as I mentioned, I've experimented with almost everything. Oh yeah, they were on one of those influencer sites. I found them and hit them up. They had like 600,000, yeah, 700,000 now. And I think I paid, I don't know, somewhere between $30 and $60 to do a sponsored music post.
And people made videos from it.
Yeah. One of them is me. The one with the dog that says, "Can I has treat?" I'll put it on screen so people can see it. So this video was a paid one. I paid this person to do it. They did a great job. They have a big following. I don't know if it was worth it, but it was a test. I made a video with an adorable dog. And then all these other 4 videos are maybe people that saw this Travel Channel's videos and decided to make content with it. So you talked a little bit earlier about how the promoting music world is a weird game. and it's weird.
Yeah. I get offers all over the place in terms of like actual like amounts from people, and then a lot of just they usually come on Instagram, to be honest with you, or like email. They're like, "Can you please use my song? I'll pay you." This one guy offered to pay me $500.
Oh, damn. So you had a lot of ethics to turn that one
That
down.
was a huge one. But the song, if I'm be honest with you, it wasn't great. And like I haven't really responded to him yet, so we'll see.
$500 in Facebook ads could go a long way, and
True.
I don't think any influencer like I mean, the thing is that like a good video for you on your channel could do him a lot of good. Like if you make a great piece of content and it does well. But for on his side, thinking about the value of it, like what if the video you make ends up being one of your flops? You know, like it happens. You post 5, 6 videos a day, and it looks like on average, like one of those will do way better than the rest, and one of them will do way worse than the average. Um, I don't know if you find that to be true, but just eyeballing it, it looks like there's always like one that just crushes it, and there's usually one that kind
True.
of flops. And he's really taking a gamble with that. Like $500
He
on ads is a
he
good one, but
true. It sounds like for him he wanted like like a weekly post for like a few months for that. Like he didn't want just one video. He wanted like an actual like structured thing of it. That's interesting because he's going with like a business ploy. So that's why I kind of like steered a little bit away from it. I didn't want to get into like too much specifics, but like total, that's what it was.
Yeah. Man, he must have a strategy with that. I wonder if he reached out to you and like a bunch of other people.
Probably.
And because I could think if you have a big budget, if you dumped like 10 grand into influencers in a very strategic way, like you could probably make something happen even if half them flop.
Flop. Yeah. There's a guy named Patrick CC, and he did a video recently where he paid TikTok influencers and saw if it would do well or not. I think that's a really interesting one.
I saw that. It's a YouTube video, right?
Yeah. I actually know one of the girls who he reached out to, and so I talked to her about it later. So that was interesting.
Yeah, I watched this one. I paid TikTok stars $1,000 to make my song viral. This is what happened. I think if I remember,
that'd be an interesting video for you.
Yeah, I don't want to spend $1,000 on it though. I could do it. That's like 5 weeks of AdSense, so I wouldn't. I could just use it as my YouTube AdSense budget.
You don't even need to do $1,000. You could be like, if you have $50 lying around, what could you do with that on TikTok?
Yeah, that's true. And originally, the reason why I paid some of those influencer things is because I wanted to like, you know, one of my first marketing videos was kind of talking about how horrible playlist promotion was. And how it compared to Facebook ads. And so I was trying to like test out different things and see if I could find another comparison. Say like, don't pay a bunch of random influencers on these platforms when you can just use Facebook ads. But the thing is, like, everyone that does it, they're always like super nice and they give you what you want. I don't know if I'd recommend it for most people because it seems to only work if you have a big enough budget. Like if you can find 10 Daniel Walls, like 10 of you can make something happen. But just like finding even 50,000 follower channels, it's like, it seems like it's too hard to make something work unless you have a big enough budget in that space. But maybe I could maybe we could do a video collab where I pay you to promote my song on your channel.
I'd be down.
And we see
you
how.
You don't even have to pay me anything. It could be like, I would post like one video a week for 3 weeks, and we'll see how it does.
Yeah. Because I feel like for products, it makes sense. Like that, for products, it's you're showing a physical thing, you're using it, and there's a value proposition. But for a song, it's kind of a weird thing.
There are a couple interesting ones. For example, like when you see right now, you're seeing a lot of companies creating viral songs for their products and paying TikTok influencers to dance to them. That's what
Huh.
you're seeing right now a lot with companies. They're doing that with a lot of the big ones, and they're all launching them in a strategic way where they all launch on the same day and get a trend viral hashtagging.
Yeah. That's a
And on top of it, like this, there was another like version of that. That's Little Yachty. Little Yachty did a song with like Wiz Khalifa. Not even the Something New one. It was the other one, but it was like from Sonic, and it was a song that was promoting Sonic, the movie that was about to come out, and they paid influencers to start a dance to it, to Little Yachty's part, and all of them had sponsored in it, and the whole point was like using the song and the dance to promote the movie. It was a very interesting like way to move
yeah.
products together.
There's 3 types of ads on TikTok that I don't know if TikTok makes this like publicly, but they showed it in the ads manager interface when you're like setting your account up. One is a normal feed app. So when you're scrolling through TikTok now, just like Instagram, every X amount of posts you'll get an advertisement, which is kind of new to the platform. And then you have brand takeover, and so that's when you start the app and the splash screen has like a company on it.
Oh.
And then the third way is what's called trending hashtag. And they don't give a price for it, but you can pay to have a promoted brand hashtag. And that's when, I believe that's why when you see like Walmart have like a huge trending hashtag on the page. I forget what they call it because I haven't been in there for a bit, but let's see if I open up TikTok, discover. I don't know if they actually label any of these, but every so often you'll see a brand in there. Like you'll see like hashtag Walmart something. Like if
Oh, definitely.
And sometimes
you'll see that on Shake Shack now. They just launched it like a couple days ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And sometimes those are like, apparently, you can buy that. I don't know what it costs.
That is crazy.
Yeah. And I wonder if there's pricing listed, because I feel like I wonder how much would you pay to have a trending hashtag. I feel like
Let's find out.
That could make some mountains. TikTok.
That could make some mountains like on YouTube in terms of like making a video on that. We made a trending hashtag. We bought one. So this is what happened.
Yeah. And there's actually 5 types of TikTok ads. There's in-feed ads, brand takeover, top view, and branded hashtag challenge. Let's see. Where's the branded hashtag challenge? Oh, there's also branded effects. That's another one. So you can add your own video effects. All right. Branded hashtag challenges are a one-of-a-kind advertising opportunity exclusively to TikTok. Similar to regular hashtag trends and challenges on TikTok, branded hashtags challenges offer both organic and sponsored opportunities for brands. They don't even label them as sponsored. That seems illegal. Doesn't it?
Yeah, high key, yes. And what I've noticed is you can kind of tell if you go to the posts, you can, because they all like feed off of each other. But the fact that they don't say that it's an ad, that's a great point. I should make a TikTok about that.
Yeah. That's probably good. Hey, you know all those hash? Because they have a special like color scheme when you go to the hashtag, and they'll give a description to the hashtag. And there is a disclaimer on the hashtag page that says sponsored by House Party in this case. But it doesn't say it on the videos using the hashtag, which maybe that's how they get around it. Because the page says it, but the posts don't.
The posts on the influencers usually have hashtag ad on them. So I think
the influencers aren't paid. You're paying TikTok to put your thing on the trending page, and on the page it says it's an ad, but then the users are free to use it at will. It costs $150,000 per day.
Where are you getting those numbers?
It's called later.com. They had a blog on TikTok. I'll put it in the video chat on the YouTube in case anyone wants to check it out, and I'll put it in the chat in Zoom so you can check it out.
That's sweet.
$150,000 a day, and you show up on TikTok's discovery banner. So basically what they do is they just show everyone that's using the app, this is the trending hashtag for today. And let's see what that looks like. I'm guessing that's when you go to discover. Yeah, the very top of the page, hashtag NBA Thundersticks. I don't know. That's not what I wanted. I don't know if that'll focus. Come on. Come on.
Oh, wow. That costs it. Wow.
And if I click that, actually, this one might not be sponsored. It doesn't show the sponsor. This one's sponsored. Ready, set, go. And it's like a makeup thing.
And then TikTok with Alexa is for sure sponsored.
And if I click it, it says like sponsored. This might be backwards for you. No, it should be right. But yeah, it's a makeup ad, and they pay $150,000 a day, and they're 4th in the scrolling thing. Holy crap! TikTok with Alexa. That one's not sponsored.
Pay up to. Really?
Yeah. Unless they're just not disclaiming they're sponsored. Yeah, because it seems like it says. It looks like they only have
anything.
one. Wow.
So as long as it says disclaimer sponsored by, then you know it's sponsored. But if, like for example, the TikTok with Alexa, that might have been just like a meme of people using Alexa, because I know people do that.
Yeah, I've seen some of those. People will, like the one where people say something to Alexa in like an incomprehensible voice. Like they'll try to come up with this crazy accent, and then Alexa will still understand it. I think that's the trend, right?
Yes, and they say Alexa and stuff. I've seen them do.
Yeah. Like if I look at my phone and say like, "Hey Siri, can you call someone?" It didn't work, so I guess Alexa wins. Frickin' Siri.
I like saying Alexa play Despacito on TikTok, and people get annoyed because their Alexa will play Despacito.
Yeah, because Alexa isn't voice locked like Siri or Google, right?
If you click on, it's not letting me go to it, but if you click on where it says a hefty 150,000, it takes you to a leaked pitch deck that reveals how TikTok is trying to woo brands.
Oh.
But you have to pay you have to sign in to see it.
Another place, Influencer Marketing Hub, says it can cost brands $50,000 to $100,000 to take over. Oh, that's different. To take over a popular TikTok channel, for instance. Oh. Yeah, it seems like these are all rumors. So it's probably all quote-based. Companies probably reach out to them and they give them a quote.
True.
Everything when you get that expensive requires a quote. So, yeah. I'm not going to be doing any hashtag brand challenges anytime soon, unfortunately, everyone. unless I start a GoFundMe.
That's not a bad idea. I bet you that would go viral on TikTok.
Oh man,
we could do that.
Let's do a collab GoFundMe. You promote it on TikTok, I'll promote it on YouTube, and
What are we trying to promote though?
We're promoting that.
Not even like what. But is it just the fact that we can get a viral hashtag or like get a it's just like help us to get this hashtag.
Yeah, hashtag help us get this hashtag. That probably alone, like if we pulled it off, it would be on the news. It'd be on like Fox News or CNN or something.
100%.
Two random assholes on the internet get a trending hashtag by using a GoFundMe just to prove that they can.
And on top of it, oh, this is dope. One of my friends is one of the top people for medieval TikTok. I just randomly pulled it up. But going back real quick, what would be smart is we could make a song for that hashtag and have it be in the background on the TikTok and YouTube. And that way we have something that we're really promoting, like a collab song.
Yeah. Oh man. That would be such a big thing to do. I feel like it'd be so ridiculous. Like I feel like I'd even feel bad like using the money from the GoFundMe for something so ridiculous, even though that's what people wanted you to do for it.
Honestly, we could, at the end of the day, if we get that much money, we could just donate it to a charity or something like that. Or like take
Yeah.
some of it to use for music, and then like donate the rest of your chain.
Yeah, but then the internet will rebel against you and call you a
100%.
call you a
We'd have to
scam
donate
artist.
it all.
Yeah.
We have to donate it all.
Say it says hashtag I want to be famous now.
Well,
The song will be called hashtag I want to be famous now. It'll be a pop rock song. No, we'll make it sound like Nickelback. It'll be like Rockstar by Nickelback. So instead of hey yeah I want to be a rock star, it'll be hey yeah I want to be famous now.
I love it.
Oh man, this
I feel like
been a fun. This is a fun chat.
Definitely. I'll see what I can cook up.
Oh man.
I don't know if you've heard about like the people who have been trading on TikTok, but there's this dude who like takes a cup of sand and he's trying to trade all the way to a Tesla from Elon Musk. And he's like met Mr. Beast because of it. He's grown like 2 million followers in the past like 2 months. Like, and he stole that from a different dude, who's traded a picture of a simp. Traded a picture of like the word simp for something like huge, and now he's like grown to 3 million followers. So like something so small as that.
Who is this? Who is this?
I'll just look up trading on TikTok. It should come up.
Guy trades for Tesla sand. Trading a paperclip for a car. Trading a paperclip for a Tesla. Chad with a J. This has to
Ladies
be
and trading
has to be the same guy.
For a Tesla.
He's got 2 million subscribers. It must be the same guy. Huh. Trading a paperclip for a Tesla.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are...
It's the Isaiah photo guy?
No, maybe someone else just copied it.
Okay, it's the Isaiah photo. So if you look up trading sand for a Tesla TikTok, it'll be the first thing. He's like multiple parts.
Oh man. Well, that's interesting. What the heck? I don't even remember how you started talking about this. I'm just so amazed at how crazy.
Well, it was because of the hashtag that we're gonna do.
Oh right, hashtag sand to Tesla.
And then this dude traded a picture of a framed simp to get a car. And then the guy who does the song Fast, 400 on the dash, that blew up on TikTok. I forgot his name.
Man, I feel like if TikTok gets banned, even though I really have no stakes in it, I'm gonna be sad because this type of crazy content, like, it really doesn't exist anywhere else.
It's crazy.
It like
to even like have the opportunity for that.
Byte is interesting content, but it's not the same type of content as TikTok. Like, true. The jokes on Byte, the limit is 16 seconds, so it's more like Vine.
Same with Reels.
Oh really?
It's 15-second limit. You can't post past that. I've been trying to like take videos from TikTok and putting them on Reels.
Yeah.
And it won't let me post past 15 seconds.
Oh. Yeah, Byte, it's 16, I believe. I don't know if they upped it.
Wow.
And the sounds they only have like 30 something sounds or 50 sounds. Like, they don't let users upload sounds. They only have a couple. The cool thing is though, everything perfectly loops. It's not like a weird gap like on TikTok. You know, when a loop happens, there's like a little millisecond of silence or whatever.
Yes.
So the sound loops are 100% perfect, and even the loops in the videos are perfect. So you can come up with some cool, perfect looping videos, where on TikTok they'd be a little more noticeable.
Unless you edit it in like Premiere.
No, there'll still be a gap. Because I made I think one video. I don't know if you saw my iPhone song video.
That seemed like I was looking at TikTok right now while I was here on my life on this live, and I saw that one. That one intrigued me, like, because I wanted to watch it. I haven't seen that one though.
Oh, the iPhone song. Yeah, it did horrible in the platform, even though people commented saying like, why doesn't this?
You should repost it.
Maybe I will.
I'll repost it.
Oh, okay, that'll help. Yeah, because I thought it was pretty fun and like, but anyways, the point was is that in Premiere, the song itself is a perfect loop. Like I can loop it in Ableton and I can loop the video, but for some reason, if I don't know if the whole thing's showing. See, there's that weird pause.
Oh,
That's
true.
in every TikTok sound I found. Even when people make videos on TikTok that they call them a hashtag perfect loop, there's always like a half of a second pause. But
Interesting. That's also something to talk about. Wow.
yeah, apparently people don't care though because no one's using Byte anymore.
Well, I think the piece that like brings people over to TikTok is the fact of the algorithm is able to like bring attention to someone who has none. Like
Yeah.
just the possibility of it brings people over there. And I think if other platforms figure out how to do that, first of all, they're losing their like huge capital gains that Facebook and Instagram have and how they make so much money. And that's like paying for attention versus TikTok where you get organic attention.
Yeah.
But it's like a luck of the draw on TikTok versus like Facebook and Instagram is like, if I pay this much and I do these strategies, I'm more likely to do well. If I just post this on TikTok, it's probably not going to do well. On the off chance of the 10%, it might do well. But you're not paying anything.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the other factor I've noticed is that TikTok, there seems to be like a literal like dice rolling in the background sometimes, where like if you post a video and it does badly, if you repost it 2 hours later, it might get 5 times as many views.
Yeah,
which
true.
It's like I don't know if it's just like they show people to whoever's on the app at that time and that's their test, and then it just depends on what hours of the day it is, or if it's like there's literally a random number generator somewhere that's just like, screw you, you got the wrong number.
Well, if you like to, for your Patreon people, I talked to a guy who used to work at TikTok on their algorithm, and he went through it with me. So for your Patreon people, I can go through that.
Ooh, is that kind of like a down low kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Heck yeah. I'm down to hear it.
Let me get it real quick.
I heard a write-up online about the TikTok algorithm. And the way that they described it was it's a tier-based system that sends your video out to like initially like maybe 1,000 or a couple hundred For You pages. If it gets in this order, if it gets a good amount of shares and then comments and then likes, it'll get pushed to a second tier. It gets pushed out to multiple thousands, like 10,000. And then if it passes the same test, good amount of shares, comments, likes, it'll get put out to like 100,000. And then it goes to a manual review. And then if it does well, it gets to like the multi-million For You pages.
On that note, like from what you're talking about, it's never been confirmed, but what people were saying regarding that is basically different types of engagement get different points. So likes lowest, comments you get more, shares you get even more, but rewatches are actually the best.
Oh, okay.
So if you can keep someone on the app, that's what they're more interested in.
That's very predictable. It's just like Facebook, just like Spotify and YouTube.
And if you can get someone in a comment war, then they're rewatching your video technically.
Oh yeah, videos don't pause when you comment.
That's right. Unless you pause. Sometimes if I'm like wanting to like, because there's some people who will literally just take like content from other people, and if I want to be like, yo, this isn't cool, and like correct them, and I don't want to give them a rewatch, I'll pause the video to comment.
Yeah, going out of your way just to stifle their
growth. A little bit, a lot of it.
Yeah, they deserve it. That's
a lot of them just take it from Reddit.
Yeah, it's funny. The other day I typed in music marketing on TikTok because not the other day, a couple months ago, because I started posting some music marketing content on TikTok, like exclusive 1 minute long music marketing tutorials. And I was searching for other channels doing it, and there was this one guy who had a couple thousand followers, and I looked, and he has this picture behind him where he's pointing to these Spotify stats, using them as an example. And I looked closely, and I'm like, holy shit, that's for my song. He used my video. and,
Oh, that's sweet.
and so I commented, and I was like, oh, hey, dude, great video. I see that you used my a picture from my YouTube video here. And he was like, yeah, I love watching your channel. And I was like, dude, that's sick. That's
That
awesome.
is really sweet.
And so some people made it like, initially when I first saw it, I thought he was like ripping me off. But then I looked and he was just giving genuine his own advice. But initially a little fire came to me and I was like, what the fuck's this guy doing? Is he using my videos and making content? But no, he was just being a cool guy. Do you find your thing?
Almost. Well, on that note, basically what you talked about was kind of similar to what they said. For what I can remember, I had notes on it, but for some reason it's not coming up. Basically what they said was there's a couple like things that happen. First of all, there is a piece on TikTok where the hashtags you put in, those hashtags were fed to people who respond well to hashtags, and if you use those same hashtags, that's who they're going to push it out to more. That's the first thing that they said.
Wait, so
that was something that
there's certain.
So if
describe it again.
if someone like reacts very positively to something that has hashtag basketball,
yeah,
and you put hashtag basketball in your video, that video is more likely to go to someone who responds more positively to hashtag basketball.
Okay, so I guess the message from that is don't use the wrong hashtags.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
That's something that they are looking at changing and moving in, that I've heard in like the past month or so, like, because their algorithm changed recently. Another piece is your videos are in a tier system, 100%. And if you are in a higher tier, you're more likely to get pushed out. And you can fall tiers easily. Like, there was a point in time last year, like actually this past year in January, where I could post anything and I was getting 150,000 views minimum.
Yeah.
On TikTok. And it could be like crappy content. And then I like could fall easily and get like luckily 5,000 views, even at the follower count that I was. But a lot of that is based on your last 3 videos engagement.
So it's not just a video tier then, it's like a channel tier. Like you're actually, previous videos matter.
Exactly.
That's kind of
previous videos engagement do matter, but they don't like they don't make or break you. So you doing super well and like having a lot of videos that have done well will also be in your favor. Also, a lot of people don't know this, but there's actually like a For You page for following. And based on how your followers react to your following, they're more likely to show that on the other side of TikTok, which is the following, and then there's For You.
Yeah.
If you go to the following and a lot of your followers are reacting well, they're more likely to show them there. What I can tell you about For You page is like if you get on there and you get a lot of videos around there, you're going to see different statistics. You're going to see following, personal profile, and then For You. Personal profile comes when someone sees it on the For You page, goes to your profile, and then clicks on the video. Following comes if they are already following you, seeing it there. For You page is if they saw it on the For You page. And it'll tell you by the percentage. And then for mine, it tells me by like the state, not the state, the country. And it goes into detail with like male or female.
Okay. Do they segment it that way inside of the analytics portion on the app?
Yeah.
Okay. As you can see, I am not looked at it very nicely. Because I remember I converted my account to whatever the Pro, whatever, where they give you the analytics.
It's not the best analytics in the world. But, I mean, I could, like, if any of your, like, followers are interested in, like, what mine would look like, I could send that over. I don't know if they would.
Yeah. I mean, at the very least, in the final video, that could be a cool screen grab to put up.
But, I mean, on that note with TikTok, like, It's 100%. There's a tiered system, and your follower count really doesn't matter, but it can help.
So it's less about the followers; it's more about the tier you're in. But it could be related. Like people are following you probably because your content's good, so you're probably going to be in a
Yeah,
higher tier if you have more followers.
exactly.
But if you make horrible videos, like 5 videos in a row, your high follower count isn't real anymore. Like it's real, but it's not
It doesn't
as
really matter.
yeah. So it's kind of like
And
YouTube.
you
It's
could,
kind of like YouTube subscribers, where in a way, like subscribers help you, but every video is independent. But at the same time, if your bunch of your videos tank, they'll recommend your videos less.
okay,
Because that's why
I see.
the way YouTube, like every video is kind of independent, and basically if you keep people on the platform more, they'll show your video to more people. But at the same time, if you have more subscribers, you get more data for them to figure out who to show it to, which is better. But if you have a bunch of videos tank in a row, you release like 5 videos with horrible watch time, your next video, even if it's great, won't get pushed out as much initially. So it kind of sounds like TikTok has that same thing going on in a way.
True.
That's very good to know.
I was hoping to find it. Maybe if I do find it, that could be like another thing that we do.
Yeah.
If you're down.
Yeah. I think everyone's interested. Although we'll see if TikTok gets banned the next 2 weeks. Maybe everyone won't be interested. But assuming it's not, I don't think it will be. I think if it was gonna get banned, they would pull off some deal to make it work. Because they're probably making enough money. Like, I mean, if they're given enough money to match all ad spend for all advertisers, like they're probably making billions of dollars per year from the United States.
True.
But yeah,
Well, dope.
that's cool.
Hopefully, I find it eventually. That makes me sad because that it had so many there's so many good features on there with like everything regarding the algorithm.
Do you think there's any way to game it? Like for example, on YouTube, you can't really game the system because it's based on user interaction. Like you can game it in the way that you can figure out ways to get people to stick on a video for longer, but at the end of the day, it's really up to the viewer. How would you game that on TikTok?
A great way to do it is when you see success and then literally do the same thing in different ways. You can see that with my videos. I did 100 videos of songs that sound the same, and minimum view count would be 100K.
Oh snap!
So
yeah,
like other people who do this, like her name's Julia, the kind of funny person. By the way, to let you know, during songs that sound the same, I went from 7,500 followers to 70,000 followers in 2 weeks. Just so you know.
How much to 70,000?
7,500.
Oh damn! You went up by a factor of 10 in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so basically, like a lot of your initial couple hundred videos to get to just 10,000 was really you just not finding a trend that took off. But then as soon as you found a trend that took off, it was just repeat.
Well, the difference is the way that I found that trend was through music content.
Yeah.
So the way I found that trend was covering just like music that went into covering lawsuits in music to seeing that, hey, The Flame and Katy Perry's Dark Horse song, these sound very similar. I wonder if there's other songs that sound similar. So then I like went on this huge binge of like just making like 10 videos a night, but only posting like 1 or 2. So then I'd have all this content saved up because I was working full time. But yeah, if you want to game the system, the Alvin and the Chipmunks and Minions content, that's a great example because I saw that do well, and I've made like 5 or 6 videos that kind of like take that concept and flip it on its head. And then I make a remix out of that.
Huh. Oh yeah, because you can. Is it called a remix? What are they?
I guess it's a bootleg.
Oh, you mean the actual remix? Remix this. Okay.
I don't make like a legit. I make it just for TikTok. I don't make like I don't spend that much. I make 15 seconds of it. I won't actually like make an entire song unless it like takes off, which happened with the Duck song
Yeah.
remix that I did.
At first, I thought
did
you
well
meant
on
do a remix of the video you made, but you mean make a remix of the songs that you're talking about that sound the same.
Yeah.
That's a funny idea.
Oh no, more of the not a remix of those, more of a remix of dang it.
Video just
More of a
there we go.
more I'm at 10%. More of a remix
Okay.
of the like the chipmunks and those kinds of things, and then adding voice on top of there, and then people are like, oh, this is cool, this is a cool remix, I like this music, I'll check out his Spotify, oh, I'll check him out on here.
Man, every time I talk to someone who's doing well on TikTok, it makes me want to actually try again on TikTok, because it's like I guess I just gotta find a type of content that is like sustainable for me to actually do. I think I overthink it too much. Like I would get some good results. Like I would have videos that would get a couple hundred each, and consistently like that adds up to a good amount of people. It's just I need to just stick with it. I guess that's what it comes down to.
I mean, yes or no. I mean, I would say the same thing about me with YouTube, but like I'm not right now.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
there's one thing about saying something and actually doing it.
Like that's the advice I would give anyone on YouTube. Like you just got to do it every week, a video every week, no matter what, high quality, same schedule, for like a year, and then things will start going great, as long as the video content's good. And that's the advice. Like thinking about myself for TikTok, talking to you, and then talking to other people who do well. Like Caleb's got what, like 300,000 or something, or 200,000. He's got a lot, and then someone else that I talked to, like on text, they got 300,000, and basically what it comes down to between all of you is make a shit ton of videos until you find something that works, and then keep making a shit ton more, and just do it. Like, and I feel like that's everything in life. Just do it.
I think a big piece also is to not, because here's the issue. I moved away from songs that sound the same pretty early too, and like it's kind of a similar thing that you see with like Kanye West or PewDiePie when they tried to change up content, when Kanye went from being a producer to a rapper, when PewDiePie went from being a gamer into a YouTuber, Jason Derulo going from a singer to a TikToker. Like you get a lot of pushback from your audience, be like, no, we see you as this way. Right. Caleb, by the way, I think I looked up Caleb, he's almost at 40K, which is fire, by the way.
Okay.
Caleb,
yeah, that's still great.
He went around yo-yo, and he saw a lot of success from being a yo-yo, but no one cared about his music.
Right.
So how can you like turn that audience to being like, hey, pay attention to that? So he started making music with like out of yo-yos. He started making songs about yo-yos, doing that whole thing, and now he's moved on to Star Wars content, which is interesting.
Yeah.
But like he could use that easily to do stuff with music on that end. But I think the hard part on TikTok, why I say make content around you, is because you can turn that into anything. Versus like if I were to stick with songs that sound the same, I would probably get burnt out very quickly. Yeah. And I'd never continue. And like my whole identity would be other people. With Caleb right now, he wants to be an artist. His identity on TikTok, at least at where it was a month ago, is I'm a yo-yoer and I make content out of yo-yos. How do I turn that around? And that's something we discussed.
Yeah, I get what you mean, because I've had that kind of struggle every time I've switched content types. Like back in the day, I did screaming tutorials. That was my main channel topic.
Interesting.
Yeah, and that's how I get my first 5,000 subscribers. Was I made like 200 videos on how to scream and sing, and then I went to music production. That was a big transition period, and then more recently it's been music marketing, and that was a different transition. So. Yeah. There's been a lot of gems in this talk. It's been a lot of
definitely
a lot of stuff.
I hope it was some value for your audience in some way.
I think so. We've had pretty consistently between 7 and 14 people between a lot of this. So
especially this late.
Well, what I found is that if you start, for example, when I start streaming at 8:30 for my music review streams, it'll like peak kind of early, like 9:30, or 10, and then it'll drop off. And then if I'm still on by 11, I'll start hitting people in the morning in like Australia
Oh.
and Europe, and or people who stay up all night. That's the other factor. Sometimes people will comment and be like, "It's 5 in the morning. I haven't gone to bed yet, but I'm gonna watch your live stream." And I'm like, "Thank you, but oh my god, that's a lot of pressure." Oh, I have to.
This your friend Spiritual just said, "Can you advertise your music on TikTok like we do on Facebook with ads, or can you buy TikTok ads for music?" And I've been seeing that a lot more.
So
Like
that's
a
what
lot of artists are advertising their music on TikTok, like through TikTok ads.
that's what I was trying to do. Spiritual. I was trying to promote a song, my song "Dreaming." I tried running a like $200 in TikTok ads to it, um, and it flopped. And I think it was because I wasn't using a Pixel or their conversion campaigns because I couldn't set that up. So if you get access to TikTok ads, it's kind of closed off at the moment. You have to at least tell them that you're doing a certain amount of ad spend. They ask you how much a month do you spend on ads, and I spend a lot of money on ads, like as like a I guess an agency technically. So I got access to it, but yeah, I'll have more videos about it later. Say yes, it was inspiring. See you in the gram, guys. Daniel is smart as fuck. You too, Andrew.
Hey, and you're
Hey.
smart. Honestly, yeah. I mean, watching you work Facebook ads at a point where I didn't understand them was crazy to me. It was like figuring out an algorithm.
Yeah, it's a good time, but it is a lot of oh, your face froze. I don't know if you're still there. Oh, there you are. Yeah, yeah, it's interesting thing. Every time you learn a new platform, it's like decoding some secret algorithm. Figuring out how the YouTube algorithm works, Spotify algorithm, the Apple Music algorithm. I mean, you understand the TikTok algorithm, and yeah.
I feel like that might be like the least important one, especially because it's just maybe all of them are consistently changing. Because like I don't know, I see Instagram, and it feels like on Instagram you either get really lucky or you have to pay. On
Yeah.
Facebook, you have to pay. On YouTube, you just grind until you make it work. I feel like on that one.
Yeah.
TikTok is random. So
Yeah. Facebook, you definitely have to pay. Instagram, you can grow organically, but it'll help if you pay.
do you classify Facebook ads as a part of like when you say Facebook ads, do you include Instagram ads, or do you
Yeah.
only say
Yeah,
Facebook
that's
ads?
a super common misconception I get from people. They'll be like, "What do you think about Instagram ads, though?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm counting that because
Okay.
Facebook owns Instagram, and in the Facebook ad platform, I include Facebook, Instagram, and Messenger because you can run ads on Messenger stories also, and
Yeah,
you
people
can
are.
actually send advertisement messages to their inbox as well.
I low key feel like that's been going on because I saw T-Pain running like a special recently where like you could win a chance to have a feature of him in your song if you like
Uh,
submitted your song, but like it's a bot that's messaging you. They're like, claim this discount, pay on PayPal, stuff like that.
yeah, basically, is if your business messages a if someone messages your page at any time, you have the ability to run an ad to them in Messenger, and you can also set up chat bots where like
Wow.
there's ManyChat, for example, where if someone messages you, you can set up this bot that will actually interact with the person messaging you. And then what you can also do is within 24 hours, you can have them automatically get a marketing message. After 24 hours pass, you have to send them a promoted messenger message. And there's this whole complex format around it. There's a whole bunch of rules from Facebook about it, but basically you end up paying to send a Facebook message. And it's very interesting. I've never done it, but I've seen people do it on like YouTube videos and stuff.
Have they gotten success?
Yeah, I mean, I get those messages all the time. So, for example, if anyone watching this is on the Cymatics Messenger group,
Yeah, Sematics.
yeah, Cymatics. So they have or I don't know what company they use, but like a mini chat bot or like a Messenger group, you can't send an advertised message without paying for it after 24 hours have passed since you've last engaged with the chatbot. So meaning every time you get a Facebook message from Cymatics, they paid Facebook ads to send that to you. And that's why you don't get a lot, right? Because they only send them when they have a new product launch or some new way to get you to interact with them. And I think it's also why people have gone away from messenger marketing more, because now it used to be you could send a message to them like 2 months after. You didn't have to pay. Then Facebook was like, whoa. You can't have free marketing, guys. You gotta pay for marketing. So they cut off all the chatbots and said you can only advertise for 24 hours and then you have to pay for it.
Well, now, I mean, you could do the whole texting method or like just email marketing campaigns and probably get the same piece.
Right. The thing with Facebook Messenger marketing was that email open rates, if you get a 20% open rate, that's actually considered good in the marketing world. If you get a 20% open rate on Messenger, that'd be horrible, because usually it's like 70% open rates.
Oh.
So
that makes sense now.
And the same with texting, it's like just as high as Messenger. So now everyone's shifting to text marketing and abandoning more of the Facebook Messenger marketing, because it's open, right? There's no company restricting it.
True.
But,
well, great.
Yeah.
Well, it has been a pleasure talking to you, as well as being a part of having the honor of speaking to your platform and your community as well. Appreciate you inviting me on here.
Yeah, man. This has been a fun chat. This is also, I think, the longest one. So I guess we had a lot to chat about. Hopefully people dug the live stream if you're still hanging out. And if you're watching this on the Patreon, hopefully you dig it. The last like 30 minutes are Patreon and live stream exclusive. So unless something fun came out of it, then maybe it'll make the main video. But
and maybe for your Patreon people, I can send over, when I find that document, a little bit more detail on the algorithm if anyone's actually interested.
Yeah, I'd be interested at the very least. So that'd be dope, man. Yeah, everyone go check out Daniel's Wall on TikTok, and also check out Daniel Wall on YouTube, and also check out Daniel's WA11 on Instagram.
Dude, they took it. Some dude in like Nigeria has my name, and I was forced to put 11. And I can't buy it because he doesn't have the account anymore, and he like won't respond.
The reason why I'm not Andrew Southworth on Instagram is because I made an Andrew Southworth Instagram like 6 years ago, used it twice, and never opened it again, and I don't remember the password. So now I'm Andrew.Southworth on Instagram.
Oh. And you can't do like forgot my password.
I don't know the email.
Password on
I think I used my student email, and I don't have access to the student email.
As like in high school or like college?
Like I went to 2 different colleges, and so I went to a community college and then university, and I don't have the community college one anymore. So I think it just is vanished forever, and I've tried contacting support, and they probably just don't give a fuck. So.
They don't. My mom got hacked on her Instagram, and they like didn't care at all.
Yeah.
They didn't respond. They didn't help. She had to make a new one.
Yeah. Anyways, man, great chatting with you.
Right back at you.
I'm gonna disconnect the stream. Have a good night, everyone. I'll chat with you for a couple minutes after the fact, but goodbye, everyone on the stream. Have a great night. And stream.